So the topic of this term was future of everyday object. It was really broad at first. This is my vision of how future would look like. So some random ideas. Starting at week 3, I narrowed down my topic to two major topics. One of them is future of agriculture, and the other one is Alzheimer's. So I did some research about Alzheimer's and dementia. This disease is a chronic disease, so it's also terminal. So from the starting point to the end stage, it sometimes it lasts several years. So both physically and psychologically, people with this disease are suffer a lot. Not only then, their givers are also have a lot of stress and lifestyle change. I find some potential directions that I was interested, some facts, and some technology related to this disease that trying to solve some problems. So there are more than 5 million Americans are living with it right now. It's the 6th leading cause of death in the United States. The worst thing is, this is the only cause of death. The only cause of death in top 10 leading cause of death that cannot currently be cured, prevented, or slowed. So which means there was no drug can help it at this point. Only medication can only help with the symptoms. So yeah, I was focusing on the emotional and physical related stuff too, like thinking about how the lifestyle of caregivers can be improved. This is the other topic that I was interested in, open agriculture. So I go deeper to the Alzheimer's because I really enjoy doing research about healthcare related stuff. So I find out the gender and age are the most being old and being a woman is a risk factors related to this disease. So when people gets older than 85, there are 20% chance to get this disease, and women are currently there are 3.2 million women and 1.9 million men with this disease. So this disease was actually caused by a malfunction brain cell that wasn't able to be cleared out of the brain. So it started to build up and took out affect the healthy nerve cells. So eventually the brain of people with Alzheimer's disease are shrinked. So this is the end stage. This is the healthy brain. So the timeline of Alzheimer's, it takes several years to develop from the very mild stage, which people only have mild impairments of the memory, to the end, all the way to the end stage. People are physically and psychologically not able to communicate with the outside environment. So there was a lot of things going on. So the cost of caregiving, sandwich generation, typically the caregivers are a lot of times they have to taking care about their kids and their parents, and also this leads to a lot of stress, and family relationship has been suffered a lot due to that. Financially, it was a huge effect on the family. So here are some ideas that I was trying to, some small problems I was trying to solve at the beginning. So starting at week 5, I started to read research articles, which that's the way that I was trying to find inspirations. So these are some of the useful ones that have been collected. I learned a lot through this research articles. So yeah, like people with Alzheimer's have a very sedative lifestyle. Like there were some ways to stimulate them. So I started to think about how if I hypothesized, no, I actually start to develop product that help the people with Alzheimer's to have a more active lifestyle, so that they can be less sedative, and also which can stimulate their brain, which have a more have a better life. So there were some activities developed for them, or some device that help them be more active to remind them throughout the day. So yeah. Oops. So these are the scenarios that I bring up to. Something that stimulate the daily activities that encourage a more active lifestyle. So I bring all my research to field interview. I went to several memory care facilities. They I talk with their staff, like get to know how in real life how people with Alzheimer's live like. So that's the point that I figure out, like I want to narrow down my instead of like encourage them to have more active style, I decided to focus on more specific areas of activities that can potentially benefit their lifestyle. So in the facility they have hydration card. They literally document how many water intakes that people have every day. They give them small cup of water and give them to prevent them from dehydration. It's being hydrated is absolutely a huge thing for people with Alzheimer's, because they don't remember, and their degeneration of their senses, they not being able to, a lot of times they're not being able to feel the thirst. So I started to develop some design criteria, because my my population would be people older than average older than 65, and elderly. They might have other kind of just health related problems. So I set up my design criteria specifically for that population. After that, I focus on the water related reminding. So a lot of stuff. So the midterm, yeah, these are the sketch that I came up with, my vision and my mission. Yeah, after midterm, I focus on more on the details of the product. I was trying to figure out the best way to remind them to drink. Yeah, there's some sketch, like thumbnail sketch that I was during the develop process. This is not only shape development, a lot of them scenarios. So there are some mock-ups and model making process. SolidWorks model. Got it from CNC and painted, and yeah. These are my final presentation, which is pretty close to the stuff that I posted on my website. So the main idea is in the 2050 there are 135 million people with Alzheimer's if we cannot find a effective solution. So my target population was 1/7 people with Alzheimer's are living alone. So those people that living alone in the mild stage with Alzheimer's are my target population. So they have diminished association between the sense of thirst and the urge to drink. It's very hard for them to track their daily water intake and their lack of routine, so they're unable to drink regularly. So the outcome was really severe, either chronic or acute dehydration. So yeah, here are my product. It made it to the student gallery. These are the boards of my final presentation. Yeah, thank you for viewing. Thank you for taking your time.